But now, imagine that I take this formula, c equals 2 pi times r, and I divide both sides by 2. In that case, I get c over 2 equals 2 pi r over 2, which is pi r, because the 2's cancel out here. Thus, if I multiply pi radians by the circle's radius, then I get half of the circumference in meters, which is like rotating the radius about the circle's center 180 degrees. Therefore, pi radians is equivalent to 180 degrees. I can keep going. I can divide both sides of the formula, c equals 2 pi r, by 4. Then I will have c over 4 equals pi over 2 times r. If I multiply pi over 2 radians by the circle's radius, then I will obtain 1/4 of the circumference, which is like rotating the radius by 90 degrees. Thus, pi over 2 radians is equivalent to 90 degrees. If I divide c by 12, then I will have 2 pi over 12 times r, which is pi over 6 times r. In that case, I obtain 1/12 of the circumference, which is like rotating the radius by 30 degrees. Thus, pi over 6 radians is equivalent to 30 degrees. And now, this is the big advantage of radians compared to degrees. If I have my angle in radians, let's say pi over 6 radians, which is 30 degrees, then by multiplying the angle in radians by the circle's radius in meters, I will get the arc's length corresponding to pi over 6 radians, or 30 degrees. So if my radius is 5 meters, then the arc's length for 30 degrees is pi over 6 radians times 5 meters, which equals 5 pi over 6 meters, which is approximately 2.618 meters. If I multiply pi over 4 radians, which is 45 degrees, by radius in meters, which is, let's say, 10 meters, then the arc's length of the circle with a 10 meter radius corresponding to 45 degrees is pi over 4 radians times 10 meters, and it equals 10 pi over 4 meters, which is approximately 7.85 meters. So you see, if you have your angle in radians and the circle's radius in meters, then by multiplying them together, you get the arc's length in meters corresponding to that angle. You cannot do that with degrees. If your radius is 7 meters and you have 60 degrees, and then you multiply 60 degrees by 7 meters, then you would get 420 degrees times meters. However, this answer means nothing. It literally has no meaning. It's useless. It tells you nothing. However, if you convert 60 degrees to radians, which is pi over 3 radians, and then multiply that by the radius, which is 7 meters, then you get something that can be useful. You will get the arc's length that corresponds to the radius of 7 meters and 60 degrees. It would be pi over 3 times 7 equals 7 pi over 3, which is approximately 7.33 meters.